Welcome back, everybody, as we continue to do the discussion today on character development. We say that character is who we are at the core, and character is what defines us. For some people, they have been defined by the things that they own. There are some people who have been defined by the type of car that they drive. Some people have been defined by their career. But that should not be the case. What ought to define us is our character. So, character, as we said and saw earlier, is the personal brand that we display in life. And we display it wherever we are and wherever we go. Whether it is at our homes, in our workplaces, at school, or in our organizations, wherever we are in the society, we display our character. And people use our character as the lens through which they see us. And we also use our character as a lens of how we view ourselves. Therefore, we said it's very important that all of us commit ourselves and we dedicate our time, we dedicate our resources in order to be able to develop in the area of character. Now, when we want to develop our character, where should we start? How do we acquire all these great qualities that we so desire? Now, the process of character development starts with self-awareness. And how do we develop this self-awareness? Self-awareness comes from the process of self-reflection, self-examination, and self-evaluation. From time to time, day by day, we ought to examine ourselves, examine our conduct, examine our words, and ask the question, how are we faring on? How have we conducted ourselves today? How is our conduct? How are our words affecting those we associate ourselves with? If we notice our weaknesses in terms of what we are lacking in terms of character, then we have an opportunity today, we have an opportunity each day to be able to work on them and make a difference. So I am always surprised at so many people who are not self-aware about their attitude and their conduct. There are some people who are defined by the opinions of other people. And there are people who are defined by the things that they have or they don't have. So instead of pursuing other people, especially in this age of technology, there are a lot of people who are following the crowd. They are following others. There are people who are trying and attempting to become like other people. But that should not be the case. We should focus on ourselves and we work on ourselves and become better versions of ourselves. So the process of character development, I say again, it starts from the level of self-awareness. And then number two, very important thing in terms of character development is that we must identify and set the core values that we want to define us. We must set core values that we want to live by. We must identify them and we must set them as the standards by which we shall operate our lives. So each and every day, life is very kind to us in that it always sends us opportunities, experiences, challenges to try and transform our thinking, to try and transform our attitude. If you are an impatient individual in life, life will send to you a situation or a circumstance that will force you to wait and develop patience. If you are a dishonest individual, you will be faced by a situation in life that will force you to make the decision of whether you want to lie or tell the truth. So the whole process of life is here to transform and change us from inside out. So once we identify and set the core values, the principles that we want to operate and live by, then we can be able to apply them on a day-to-day basis. Then we can be able to stay grounded by the values that we believe in, by the principles that we have laid as the principles that we want to align our lives, our actions, and our conduct. So just the same way you set goals in life and you have dreams and ambitions in life, it is the same way that we all need to set the core values that we want to live by. The other thing that is important in character development is to be able to assess our progress from time to time. How many times have you taken your time to reassess yourself and see the progress that you have made in your personal growth? And there are many people who have made great investments in their education, in their career, and in their businesses, and in many things. And that is very okay. But how much time and resources have you dedicated to be able to improve on your personal brand, on your character? So once you reassess your progress in terms of your personal growth, then you can be able to make adjustments in terms of the areas where you are seeing that you are lacking or you are deficient. You can be able to be able to make some changes and some adjustments so that you live and thrive in a better way. Character development is a process. When you are undergoing through this process, you should not try to rush the process. Allow yourself to grow little by little and gradually each and every day. If you try to rush the process, you will find yourself getting frustrated, and you may not achieve the goal that you have. So the most important thing is that each and every day you try and make the effort to improve on different qualities that pertains to your character. And the other very important thing is that always remember to celebrate the little wins that you have. When you look at yourself and you see that you have become a more patient individual, a more honest individual, remember to celebrate those little wins. Do not always criticize yourself because you have not gotten there. And another very important thing is you must associate with yourself with people who have similar values in life, because these people will influence you as you go through life, and you will also be able to impact them positively in life. If you associate with people who have the wrong conduct or they have the wrong attitude, they tend to affect you negatively. So decide on the people that you want to associate yourself. But if you want to live a great life and you want to leave a great legacy behind, associate with great men, great women, people who have great core values in life. Now, because I'm teaching you this matter about character, now if you ask me, where are you yourself in this matter of character? What I can say is, though I'm not yet there, I have made significant progress in my journey. And each and every day, I must make it clear that I have not reached my destination, but each and every day, I keep on improving and growing. And that is very, very important for all of us to know that we are not pursuing character as a destination. We are pursuing it as a lifelong journey. We are pursuing it as a growth process that will help us to live a meaningful life, a fruitful life, a great life, and will be able to get us to a great destiny. Look out for the part 3 of this very important discussion on character development. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I hope that this discussion was meaningful and helpful to you. Let me know your comments on the comment section.